Hello, 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 and welcome back to March Payne's Midlife Dolly Crisis. And today I'm going to be unboxing this doll here. So this, of course, is a Monster High doll, and it's Lagoona from the Skulltimate Secret range. So this is, I think it's Wave 7. These came out in 2025, so it's kind of last year. So I think the title is Destination Gore-geous Oasis, like it says on the front here. This is actually my first one in this kind of new packaging. So I got some of the earlier ones. I think I got a Frankie and I got a Draculaura, but I think it was really early, and they had those kind of like coffin shaped lockers with the different keys to open, the different kind of compartments in it. It was a big thing. It seemed like a big thing at the time. The size of it actually doesn't seem that big at all, which is good. And I think you're meant to be able to use this kind of plastic thing as a kind of carrying case for the doll, which is also nice. And you can also kind of use it as a sort of a background when you're kind of playing with the doll too. So that's kind of a clever idea. So this is the front of the box. So we've got the plastic box there, and then we've got cardboard around it. It's very nice. I like the design of it. Then on the back, we've got the 3 dolls that were in this range. So we have Lagoona, which is obviously the one we've got. And then we've got Jennifer. I think this was her second doll. I don't have this one, but I know that Kim over at the Dolls, The Witch in the Wardrobe got her and was very, very pleased with her. And then we've got, of course, Draculaura, who is literally everywhere all at once. The price is only one Draculaura. They could have had like 3 or 4 of them in this range, perhaps. But yeah, so Draculaura is also there. Okay, so here is our case here. We've got the key here, which I'm going to pop out. Oh, this tape there. Let me get that off first. There we go, that's better. So look, we can pop the key out there, which goes into here. Now, before I open this, we should probably just have a look at the case, because I thought the whole thing was plastic and these were kind of like stickers, but this seems to be cardboard, which is kind of inside the case. So the whole thing is not plastic. It's only these kind of outer bits here. And then if you have a look on the back again, we've got another kind of cardboard insert. So they're using less plastic, I guess, to make this, because they've got all this kind of cardboard stuff in it instead. In a way, it's a bit of a shame, only because obviously, you know, if you can carry a doll around in this, which there is a handle on the top there. There we go. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, a handle on the top. So you can carry the doll around. If it's raining, this is going to get ruined, I would have thought. But anyway, let's not dwell on that. But yeah, so there's lots of moulded detail here on the plastic parts of the case. Here's the magic key. Let me open this up and we'll see. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here we go. So straight in there, you've basically got the doll here, and then you've got some bags of goodies there, and you've got the suitcase here. And this is like a bag, I think, as well, or backpack or something. If we have a look on this side, we've got some really cute images here. So this is the gals on holiday by the looks of it, and they've kind of mixed photographs with actual kind of artwork, which is quite cute. So I am going to get all the kind of tags and stuff off this, and then we'll have a closer look at her and all of the stuff that she comes with together. So before we bring the main event on, which is of course the doll and all the clothes and accessories that she comes with, I thought we'd have a very quick look at the box. So on the back of here, there are basically the kind of the ends of the Kimball tags that you can actually cut from the back, which is fine. The only issue is some of them are underneath these bits, which is not great. So I've got a few kind of long bits here where these bits are kind of underneath this, so I can't grab the end of it. So I'll just have to kind of cut them off as best I can. That was a bit annoying, but that said, it was kind of easy to get her out, really. She had 3 Kimball tags in the back of her head. Now, unfortunately, they were in this bit here, which again was behind this. So I think there was one that was okay, but the others were kind of stuck behind here. So I literally had to kind of just pull it out, which is fine. But obviously you don't really want to damage this, because this is kind of a nice background for the doll. And you can kind of, you know, you can prop it up like that and sort of use it as a kind of a backdrop, which is actually very cute. I mean, this design here is really nice. They put a lot of effort into it. So yeah, so that's the box. I will be keeping the box. It's not actually that big, so I think, well, it'll be okay. It'll also be good to maybe use this to try and to store some extra stuff that some of the dolls come with that you don't really use as much, like some of the tiny accessories and stuff. So that is that. So I'm going to put this to one side for now. So here we go. So this was everything that we've got inside the case. So we've got these instructions here. Now, it seems a bit insane, really, that there's instructions to open the case when this was inside the case. But I think we had that before with the other lot, so we should be used to it by now. I guess it's pretty obvious. If there's a key on the front that looks like it's going in the lock, then, you know, you're going to use it. It just seems a bit ironic, really, that they're putting instructions for something that you have to try and get inside to get the instructions out to do, if that makes any sense. So let's actually have a look at the doll first. Normally I would show the clothes and accessories, but it feels better to look at her first, I think, because as soon as I saw her, I really, really liked her. There's always a worry when you have these dolls that are in these sort of cases where you can't really see what they look like, that you're going to get a dud one. But I think she's great. I think she's perfect. You always kind of worry about the screening more than anything else. So she has got, I think, kind of like brown eyes, or like a sort of a swampy green colour maybe. Her makeup is really nice. She's got little stars and freckles over her nose. She's got kind of like a coral pearlescent sort of lip colour. You can probably see there. She's also got her scales on her forehead there. I think the screening on this and the design of this works a lot better for me anyway, compared to the actual core doll that I ended up buying. As you know, I am doing a dolly downsize this year, so potentially I would like to really just keep one doll of each character, and I think this would definitely be the one that I would be keeping. So her hair has got this kind of wave in it, which is very nice. I also really like the colours they've used. For me, she's Lagoona Blue, so you would think blue would be probably the main colour that she would be. And I know in the original version of these dolls, she was blue in colour. Her face was blue. But I think they kind of swapped a few colours around. I know that Frankie was originally green, but then they made them blue for this. So I don't know why they've decided to change them around like that. But yeah, I definitely like the fact that the majority of her hair is blue, and it's a really nice colour. We have got a few blonde streaks in it as well. It's got a centre parting, and as I say, it's got kind of like some sort of waves in it. It feels very soft. So I'm guessing it's kind of the nice hair, which is good. Because I think with some of these before, some of the hair has been the bad stuff. But no, we have the good stuff now. Obviously, she's got her little sort of moulded ears, which are sort of like fins again. So she's also got these dangly earrings in. If we go further down, I mean, her body is pretty much as you would expect, and, you know, as all of these dolls are. She's got all the kind of the points of articulation that you would expect. She doesn't have any sort of painted on detail with her fins and scales on her arms there. But when you go lower down, she does have the kind of the see-through legs. So with these, they kind of stopped doing the whole ombre effect. So it would start out as skin, and then it would go further down, almost sort of like an ombre sort of spray effect, where it would kind of go into a sort of a clear sort of blue colour, and it would be painted on these bits. I think the issue was that this kind of the painted on bits on this part of the leg would kind of scratch off. So they kind of stopped doing that and started doing it this way, which I think is actually okay. I know it's a bit of a kind of, here's flesh, now suddenly we've got this. It's kind of a bit of a jarring thing. They have tried to ease it a little bit by putting some sort of like blue scales on her knees there. I don't know if that helps that much, but it doesn't bother me. It's fine. Clothes-wise, so she's got this little halter top on, which is very cute. It's a sort of a blue colour, and then on it we've got silver shells and I think flowers or seaweed maybe on it there. It's a really nice blue. It's a kind of a dark blue. On the back, we've got Velcro, so that's fine. And then we go to a skirt here. So this kind of matches the earrings in a way, because it's this kind of emerald turquoisey blue green colour, which is very nice. And we've got this really nice frill there as well. It's kind of a sort of chiffon type fabric, which is kind of ruched on the side there. It is giving kind of a very sort of mermaid feel about it, I think. Under that, oh, this is part of the dress. Yeah, so she's got kind of like a black underskirt bit on there. I'm presuming so that, you know, this fabric is sort of see-through, so they don't need to see too much of her. So they've kind of given her this kind of black underskirt there. Again, this has got Velcro on the back there. And then that is it really for her. I'm very happy with her, to be honest. I was kind of hoping, you know, that I would get a good one. I think the quality on these is normally pretty good. So that is her. So let's have a look and see what else she comes with. Okay, so we've got the bags and we've got the suitcase. So I think we have to open the bags to get the keys for the suitcase and the backpack, or whatever this is meant to be. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's meant to clip on this, is it? Yeah, I think it's meant... Oh, yes. Look, it kind of clips on there. But it can also be used as a bag as well, I suppose, in its own right. So that's fine. But yeah, let's open these first. And these are made of paper, so that's good. So once you've opened them, you can literally just recycle them. So we've got lots of plastic bits in this one. So that's all of that. Okay, so we do have the key. So we've got the key for the suitcase. So in here, we've got another pair of shoes. So let's have a look at these. So these are a pair of sort of silver wedges. There's lots of details on the wedge heels there, and there's lots of details as well on the kind of the straps of it. They're obviously very wedgy, but hopefully she'll be able to walk in them. There's no patina on detail, but there's lots of kind of sculpted details within the mould. So that is a second pair of shoes. No, that's one pair of shoes. Maybe they don't come with two pairs of shoes. Anyway, look, she's got a pair of shoes, whatever. So that's the shoes. So I've got these two pink things. I'm not entirely sure what they are. They almost look like they're meant to clip together, but I don't think they do. I think maybe there's something to do with inside the case, maybe. It looks like they slide on something. And then it's got like almost like a hanger bit on it. I guess we can have a look at the instructions and see what we're meant to do with them. But yeah, so we've got two of those, whatever they are. So that's those. And then here, in this plastic, which I'm going to take it out of, I'm presuming is a handbag for her. This is actually very cute. We've got a really nice sort of rainbow effect, a rainbow ombre effect on the shell part there. We've got like a pearl handle, and then we've got a ribbon hanging down. What kind of spoils it slightly for me is the fact that we have this lovely detail here, you know, the whole kind of like colour, splash of colour on there, but we don't have it on the other side. We only have it on the one side, which is slightly annoying. But yeah, so that is the handbag. So let's open the second bag here, and then we'll open the suitcase. Okay, this is a little bit weird. I'm guessing then that the clothes are actually in the suitcase, which I guess makes some kind of sense. So we have got here a tag, which I'm presuming you can put onto the suitcase, and it clips in the back bit there, if you can just see there. So that is quite big for a suitcase tag, but I guess you're not gonna lose it, I guess, if that's what's on your case. So we've got two turquoise sort of emerald green looking hangers here. Presumably these are for the extra pieces that she's going to get. They're nice. They've got kind of like an ornate design. There's nothing painted on, but they're just kind of like, you know, sculpted. So they look quite cute. So that is the two hangers there. So I've then got this. This is a fan, which you can hold because it's got one of those kind of bits where she can put her finger into. That's quite cute. Again, we've got the issue where they've only painted one side of it. So it looks like feathers, I think. And then there's a shell in the middle and an ornate kind of design around the inner bit. And I think a pearl at the top there. So that's cute. So that's the fan. So I've then got these two pieces here. So I've got a pair of sunglasses here. So these are a see-through sort of blue colour, and we've also got a sort of a silver swirl that goes across the top of the lenses there. Hopefully you can see. The light is not great at the moment, unfortunately. But if you check the pictures out at the end, you'll probably see them a bit closer, hopefully. But they look quite nice. I mean, they're not going to be protecting our eyes too much because they're quite slim. But yeah, so they are the sunglasses. We've then got this, which I'm not entirely sure what it is, to be honest. Is it some kind of headdress or something? I'm hoping that we'll be able to see from the instructions what it is. But it's very nice. It's got painted details on it. Obviously, there's a big kind of shell bit and then a giant pearl. It's in a kind of a pink pearlescent type plastic. And yeah, I don't actually know what it is, but we'll work it out, I'm sure. So that's the last bit from that bag. So let's open the suitcase now and see what's in there. So here's the suitcase. Just be careful before you open it because there is a see-through rubber band around it. So if you do try and open it and you're having difficulties, it could be because you haven't taken the rubber band off, perhaps. So this is the key. Again, this is in the same kind of deep green plastic that the hangers were in, and it also kind of matches this kind of green of the case as well. So let's open this up. Oh, it's actually in the shape of a heart, so we know which way to put it in, and we twist that and that pops open just like that. So that's good. I actually don't know if you need the key. I don't think there's a lock on this. Maybe you just need it as a kind of a handle. Just to kind of open it, perhaps. Or you can just clip it there. Yeah, so you don't actually need the key, but I guess it's fun for a kid to use, and it kind of works as a handle anyway. So yeah, so that is that. So this is all the other stuff. So we do have a second pair of shoes at least, which are taking up a lot of room in this case. And we've got a kind of a sarong or headscarf, I think. We've got a really cute sort of wraparound or bolero, and we've got another little skirt there, and we have another key which is going to open whatever is in this. So let's open this up and see. Okay, with this was even less point to having the key because you can literally see the clip thing on the top. Okay, but look, we've opened this and we've got, I think, a belt for her there. So look, I'm going to just quickly show you the other pieces close up. So here we go, here are the shoes. These are even more ornate than the last lot. They're also in this really nice sort of bright pink. Again, it's got that kind of pearly effect on it as well. There's lots of details on there. There is some painted detail on the front. They've painted the kind of the row of pearls, I think, which is meant to be going down the front. But yeah, there's a lot going on with these shoes. I'm not even going to begin to try and describe what it is, but it definitely looks very sort of underwater kind of stuff. It's kind of a soft plastic as well, I guess because it has to go around her leg. And obviously they don't want you to sort of scratch the legs too much. So that is the shoes there. We've then got this, which I think is meant to be something that can go maybe around her waist and also over her head. I've seen these really nice images of the doll wearing a kind of like a headscarf. This is actually really nice. The design of it, as you can see, it's got the really nice colours on it there. There is Velcro on it, by the way, so you can kind of shut it. I was worried that it wasn't going to have any sort of fastenings on it. You were meant to try and tie it around her head, but no, there is Velcro on it as well. And again, we've got this kind of underwater theme, of course, because it is not Draculaura, it's Lagoona. Sorry, it's not Draculaura, it just so often is her. But yes, this time it's actually Lagoona. But yeah, it's got this underwater sort of theme running through that as well. So that is the kind of the scarf. So we've got this little kind of bolero cardigan. It's really interesting because this material, it almost looks like it's been sort of crocheted or something. I mean, I don't think it has been. I think it's just the fact the material is so gappy. But it's really nice what they've done anyway. There's no fastening on it, which is fine. The sleeves are kind of a big kind of billowy, which is quite nice as well. Everything is very nicely kind of finished off. We've got edging around the front and around the bottom and around the sleeves as well. I'm quite interested to see what this looks like on her. And this is kind of a sort of a sea foam colour. Kind of not quite white, not quite blue, not quite green. But yeah, it's kind of a nice colour. It should go well with the rest of the stuff. So then we've got this skirt here. So this is nice. This again has got kind of like a Chinese kind of feel to it. Just because of the kind of the silk type material. And we've got this little sort of slit up the side there. And obviously the pattern on there. We do have Velcro just on the back. So that's quite cute. It's quite nice that we've got kind of like a whole second outfit almost. So yeah, so that is the skirt. And then finally we've got this, which is, I'm presuming, some kind of belt. It does up there by the looks of it. So this again is in a kind of like a white pearlescent type soft plastic. We've got some charms hanging down. Got an L on there for Lagoona, I'm guessing. And then we've got, I'm not sure what that's meant to be. We've got an anchor. And then we've got, I don't know if it's meant to be cherry blossom or what, I'm not sure. But it's something. It's a flower. I think there's a flower on there, which is cute. So look, I'm going to get some of this stuff on her and then we'll have a final look at it together. So here we go. So here she is in her sort of suitcase backdrop, which I think is actually quite cute. So those weird pink things which look like they're meant to slide onto something actually slide on to these kind of bits on the side here. So you can move them around. They don't have to be there. They could be on the same level because there's another one there and there's another one there. So they could be both at the top, or you could do them both, you know, in separate bits, which is quite cute. And you can kind of put some of her stuff on there. I put basically a lot on her. She doesn't have her sunglasses on, but she does have a headscarf. Now, the weird sort of pink thing that I didn't know what that was, the kind of the painted one, wasn't a crown. It was actually a kind of a, I don't know what you call it really. She wears it anyway. It's got like a breastplate almost that just kind of goes on there. I put that on over the top that she came with. I gave her the pink skirt and also the pink shoes, which you can see there. They were a little bit fiddly to get on, only because the plastic is quite soft on them. So obviously just be aware of that. As you can see, I've hung her skirt up there on the hanger, and her suitcase is next to her with the other sort of bag there. She's holding a fan because it's very warm wherever she is, so she wants to try and keep cool. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you've got this Lagoona or if you think about getting her. Thank you for watching the video, if you've got this far. If you have got this far and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Please share the video as well if you know anyone that would like this kind of content. And please give it a like as well, also, if you're feeling generous today. Check out the picture at the end because I will be taking some close-ups of her and hopefully be able to see some more of the details that you might have missed when I was showing you in the video. And I will see you in the next one. So until then, take care. Bye.